Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we are starting a really exciting adventure. We're looking at the very first steps of learning English. So if you're just beginning your English journey, or maybe you just want a clear, friendly review of the absolute basics, this deep dive is definitely crafted for you.
That's absolutely right. Our mission today is, well, we're opening up Chapter 1 of the New York Second Edition English course book.
Right.
Think of us as your guides. We're going to take all the important stuff from this first chapter, this foundation, and make it super easy to understand. Lots of real-life examples.
Yeah, not just a summary. It's like a shortcut
Right.
to get those foundations down so you can actually start talking and understanding English pretty quickly.
Exactly. A shortcut to starting those first conversations.
And as your guides, Alex and I are really committed to keeping everything clear, friendly, and easy to follow. We'll try to speak a little bit slower, use basic words, just making sure you can learn comfortably with us.
Sounds good.
So, Alex, what's the first big idea this chapter brings up that you think is, really impactful for someone just starting out?
Well, Taylor, it kicks off with something called the big picture, Welcome to English. And it introduces this interesting idea, the magical number 3.
Okay.
It talks about how knowing a certain number of words is key for talking. For beginners who want to function, the goal is around 600 words.
600, okay.
But, and this is the important part, it's not just any 600 words. It's about the high-frequency ones, the words that form the backbone of everyday chat.
So the ones you use all the time.
Precisely. Mastering them is like getting a special key, unlocking maybe 80% of basic English interactions. It lets you get into conversations much faster than you might think.
600 words. For some people listening, that might still sound like quite a lot. How does the chapter suggest making that feel achievable, not overwhelming?
That's a really good question, Taylor, and it connects perfectly to another fantastic point in the chapter, cognate languages.
Cognates. Yeah. Okay, tell us more. That sounds like a superpower for language learners.
It really is. It absolutely is. Cognate languages just means words that are similar in different languages because they share the same origin, the same root.
Like cousins, word cousins.
Kind of, yeah, exactly. So if your first language is Portuguese or French, Italian, Spanish, you already have this huge advantage.
How big an advantage are we talking?
Well, get this. English and these Latin-based languages, they share at least 89% similarities in vocabulary.
89%. Wow,
Yeah.
that's massive. That's a huge head start for so many learners.
It is.
Alex, you're a Brazilian English teacher. You must see this aha moment with your students all the time, right?
Oh, constantly, Taylor. It's truly amazing. My students often get this light bulb moment. They see words like information or maybe chocolate.
Right.
In Portuguese, it's informação and chocolate, very, very similar. It makes learning feel less like starting from absolutely nothing,
Yeah, you're not starting from scratch.
Exactly. It's more like discovering connections you already kind of have.
Yeah.
And this isn't just like a fun fact, it's your express lane. The idea is to use this superpower consciously. Actively look for them, use them. It builds confidence.
And from my side, as an American teacher, when I hear a student use a cognate correctly, it's just so clear they're already building those bridges. It really shows how much easier it can be. So for all of you listening right now, just take a second. Think about some cognates between English and your language. You might be surprised how many you already know.
It's a great confidence booster, isn't it? And building on that, the book gives some really practical, fun tips for learning super fast. Of course, you need dedication, but there are simple things, everyday things you can do.
Like listening to this deep dive right now.
Exactly.
But yeah, seriously, this chapter talks about immersion, things that make learning part of your daily life. Reading books, changing your phone language to English.
Watching series and movies.
Right. Those don't always feel like studying, especially if you're enjoying them. But you are absolutely learning.
That's such a key point, Taylor. You're bringing English into your life without it feeling like homework.
Yeah.
And to help with that, the book suggests a couple of apps, Duolingo and Memrise.
Yeah, people know those.
Right. Duolingo uses this gamified system. It turns learning into little challenges with points and levels. It's fun, but it also tricks your brain, in a good way, into staying motivated, even just for, say, 20 minutes a day.
Making learning addictive. And Memrise.
Memrise is great too. It really focuses on building your vocabulary effectively. And it has an offline mode, which is super handy. You can learn anywhere, no internet needed.
Perfect. So these are tools to use alongside the lessons,
Yeah.
right? Like for practice on the bus or during a break.
Exactly. Extra practice.
Okay, so practical tips, cognates,
Yeah.
great start. Now, before we dive into the real grammar core, the book mentions to read and to count. Quickly, the alphabet A to Z. That's obviously your starting point for reading.
It seems basic, yeah, but mastering the sounds of those letters, alone and together, is so crucial. It helps your pronunciation and helps you figure out new words, like learning musical notes before you play a song.
Good analogy.
And numbers, 0 to 100, also essential basic vocabulary. But don't just learn to say them, practice using them, like for dates. July 2nd, 2025, or telling time, it's 3:30.
Right, real-world stuff, making appointments, understanding prices.
Yep.
You need numbers for that.
Exactly. They're building blocks for everyday talk.
Okay, so once you have those building blocks, the alphabet sounds, the numbers, what's the very first big thing you do with them? Chapter 1 moves right into Lesson 01, the core foundation, the verb to be.
Ah, yes, the big one.
Probably the most important verb to start with in English, wouldn't you say?
I would, absolutely. It truly is foundational. But first, really quickly, subject pronouns.
Okay.
Words like I, he, she, it, we, you, they. Simple words that tell us who or what is doing the action.
Like, I am a student. I is the pronoun. Or she is Canadian. She is the pronoun.
Exactly. And these pronouns always team up with our star verb.
To be, the verb to be.
Yeah.
Use it constantly. For identity, location, feelings, all sorts of things.
And Taylor, this is often a huge aha moment for my students, especially my Portuguese-speaking students.
Oh, interesting. Why is that?
Well, because in Portuguese, we have two separate verbs for this. We have ser, which is mostly for identity, permanent things, and estar for location, temporary feelings, states.
Ah, okay. Two different verbs.
Yes. But in English, the verb to be does the job of both.
Wow.
So you use to be to say, I am a teacher, that's identity, like ser. And you also use it for, I am in England, that's location, like estar. Or even, we are studying English, that's a state, also like a star.
So one verb handles both permanent identity and temporary states or locations.
Exactly. It simplifies things once you get it. Understanding that one verb does the work of two can be a real breakthrough.
That comparison to ser and estar is super helpful, Alex, especially for Portuguese speakers. It really shows how English streamlines it. And this verb to be, it changes its form, right? Depending on the subject pronoun.
Yes, it does. So you have three main forms in the present tense. Am, is, and are.
Right, like I am a student.
He is Canadian.
They're interested in music.
Perfect. And importantly, in spoken English, we almost always use contractions, short forms.
Makes it sound more natural.
But it's much more natural. So I am becomes I'm.
He is becomes he.
She is becomes she is.
It is. It's we are.
Becomes where.
You are. You're.
And they are becomes there. Using these makes a big difference in sounding fluent.
Definitely. And we also use to be for negative sentences. It's pretty simple. You just add not after the verb.
That's right. So I am not a student.
He's not Canadian.
They are not interested in music.
Easy enough?
And just like before, we have negative contractions too. These are super common.
Okay, so I am not becomes?
I'm not. That one's a little different.
Right. I'm not.
But then he is not becomes he isn't.
She is not becomes she isn't.
It is not. It isn't.
We are not. We aren't.
You are not. You aren't.
And they are not. They aren't.
Exactly. Practice saying those out loud. Get comfortable with them. The more you say them, the easier they become.
So just to recap that key point Alex made, to be helps you describe who you are. I'm a teacher. Where you are, she's in England. Or even silly things like, my coffee cup is on my head. Maybe not that one.
Maybe not.
And how you feel or what you're doing, we are studying English. This verb is like your best friend at the beginning. It unlocks so many basic sentences.
It really does. Okay, moving on then. Chapter 1 shifts into Lesson 01, talking about yourself and others. This bit gives you all those basic greetings and goodbyes, essential tools, really.
Your social icebreakers. Phrases like, hello, hi, how are you? Nice to meet you.
And then for leaving. Goodbye. See you later. Have a nice day. Simple, but so important for connecting.
Yeah, definitely. Let me try a quick one right now. Hello, how are you? Okay, listener, your turn. Right where you are, just say hello out loud. Go on.
That's great practice, Taylor. And building on those greetings, the chapter shows you how to actually introduce yourself and share personal information.
And this is where that verb to be really shines again, right?
Absolutely. You use it with basic words to tell people about you.
The book has a good example. My name is Lisa. I'm 22 years old. I'm a student. I'm American. See, is and am doing all the work there.
Exactly. And you can talk about your address, phone number, email, job, even things like your favorite color, food, animal, sports.
It's all about using those simple pieces to paint a picture of who you are.
So for you listening, try answering these questions out loud right now. Use am or is. What's your name? My name is. How old are you? I am. Where are you from? I am from.
Take a moment. It might feel a bit funny talking to yourself, but trust us, it's a really effective practice.
Super effective. Then, from personal info, we get to practice hobbies. The key question here is, what are you interested in?
And the answer structure is nice and simple. I'm interested in, followed by your hobby or topic.
Right. The book gives examples like, John is interested in basketball. Anna is interested in yoga. They are interested in technology. It's about sharing what you enjoy, finding things in common.
Okay, so Alex, putting you on the spot. What are you interested in?
Oh, good question. Well, I'm interested in reading books, definitely, especially fantasy novels.
Okay.
And I love hiking in nature. A good book after a long walk. Perfect. How about you, Taylor? What are you interested in?
Me? Well, I'm really interested in listening to music, especially jazz. I love the improvisation. And I'm definitely interested in trying new foods. Exploring different cuisines is like a big hobby.
Sounds delicious.
So now, listener, it's your turn. What are you interested in? Say it out loud. I'm interested in. Think of one or two things.
Great. And finally, in this part, we get practice making a new friend. This section really pulls everything together.
Yeah, it shows a simple conversation flow, right? Meeting someone, asking where they're from, talking about interests.
Exactly. It's not just a dialogue to memorize. It shows you how to actually use everything from chapter 1, the greetings, the to be verb, personal info, hobbies in a real social situation.
It demonstrates how all those little bits fit together to make a natural conversation. It's quite exciting, actually. It proves that even with just this first chapter, you can start communicating.
Definitely. And as we near the end of chapter 1, the book touches on listening and practicing sounds. There's a part called Say What.
Yeah, yes. Pronunciation bits.
Right. It briefly explains why it's important to hear the difference between similar sounds, like the difference between sun and sob, or maybe pen and pin.
Those tricky vowels sometimes. Yeah, this isn't just about sounding perfect. It's about being understood. Think about pen for writing versus pin, a small, sharp thing.
Exactly.
If you ask for a pin when you need a pen, you might get a confused look. Practicing these minimal pairs, these similar sounds, really helps your ear and make sure you're saying what you mean to say.
So we encourage you, practice repeating those sound pairs. Listen carefully, say them back.
And the chapter finishes with a section called It's Up to You, which is basically a call to action.
Okay.
It encourages you to apply everything you've learned by talking about your best friends, your teachers, your family, using the to be verb and the personal info words to describe other people.
Oh, that's a great way to practice is and are.
Exactly. It solidifies your understanding.
So here's a fun challenge for you right now. Can you describe your best friend, or maybe a family member, using is and are? What's their name? His, her name is? How old are they? He, shiz. What are they interested in? He's just interested in. Try making a few sentences about them.
Good challenge. So, wow, we've covered quite a bit in this first deep dive. You now have those basic tools.
Yeah.
Introducing yourself, talking about interests, understanding that super important verb, to be.
These first steps, these foundations, they really are the most important. They're the roots, where your English learning grows from. Absolutely. Keep practicing these simple sentences, these words. Don't worry about mistakes. Every little step helps build your skills. Remember, everyone starts as a beginner.
Even us, a long time ago.
Haha, yes. And as a final thought, something provocative for you to think about. Now that you know the verb to be, just think. How many new sentences can you make right now about yourself, your family, your friends? Maybe. What new person will you introduce yourself to this week? Even if it's just practice in your head, in your imagination, that counts too.
That's a great point. Practice is practice. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. We really hope this has been a helpful shortcut, helping you feel more informed and confident as you start your English journey.
Keep practicing. Keep exploring.
And we'll see you on the next deep dive.